And now you may begin your presentation. A world of darkness. You're unable to see the sunrise, the smile of your child, the cars bustling past you in the busy streets of India. You are trapped in your own body, unable to experience life's everyday miracles. This is the living reality for the 1.1 billion people contending with vision loss worldwide. In the 12 minutes it will take for us to complete this presentation, our empowered female vision screeners of the ADIA initiative will have completed 25 patient screenings. Of this, we know 3 will need eyeglasses and 2 will be referred for a life-altering cataract surgery.
How do we know? Our Enactus chapter has built and deployed an offline mobile vision screening system that shows us real-time data from our ADIA operations. This innovative solution is part of our self-sustaining business model that supports both the referral program and the vision screening, all done in the middle of a global pandemic.
There's a saying that it's only in statistics that people go blind by the millions, because the harsh reality is that each person goes blind on their own. But today, we are here to share how we use the principles of Enactus to balance people, planet, and prosperity, and created a sustainable business model for fighting preventable blindness.
We call this Visions of Saharapur. We launched this project on World Sight Day, October 14th, 2021. This, upon that date, has screened up to date, as of right now, 73,000 individuals, impacting not only their lives, but the lives of those living in their communities and their families as well.
First, a little bit about us. The University of Wisconsin system stands by the Wisconsin idea, which encourages applied problem solving to improve quality of life and the environment for all citizens. This belief permeates our school's work, fostering close working relationships within the state, throughout the country, and around the world.
This year, we launched a new project, Nextin, that aims to provide meaningful professionals based on shared values with employers. We submitted this project to the Enactus early stage competition.
But the main focus of our presentation today is on our ADIA initiative, which was started during the middle of the COVID pandemic. It's really important to understand that,
Since 2016, we have been creating campaigns, raising funds, and building training materials for Combat Blindness International and their programs. But since the pandemic, all of this had come to a halt.
Overnight, all eye camps stopped. People with cataracts were unable to travel to cities for surgeries. Funding allocation shifted from blindness to the pandemic, and all momentum by our partners ground to a halt. The need for entrepreneurial leadership and innovation was immediate. We began with a needs assessment.
Our team took a deep dive into the Vision 2020 Global Initiative Report, which revealed the following. Vision loss causes more than $410 billion in lost productivity each year. Educational performance is linked to good vision. Vision loss is both an outcome of inequality and a contributor to inequality. And of the 1.1 billion people with vision loss, 55% are women.
Since 90% of these individuals in the world with vision loss come from low to middle income countries, we decided to focus our initiative directly on India. Nearly 40 million individuals in India who are blind or visually impaired are due to uncorrected refractive errors. This includes 1.6 million children. While 20% of the world's visually impaired are located in India, it's important to consider other factors as well.
There are approximately 1,280 eye hospitals in the entire country, and the ratio of doctors to patients is just 1 to 219,000. The average real wage in India sits at just $4.42 per day, but for women, even lower, at just $2.36 per day, largely due to a lack of educational opportunities. These numbers show critical need, but there is hope, because for a mere $26, we can provide a 20-minute cataract surgery that allows someone to see again within 24 hours.
Our ultimate goal was to create a scalable, world-class, sustainable business model through cataract surgeries. Through cataract surgeries, vision screenings, spectacle distribution, training, early referral, and community outreach, we can directly impact preventable blindness in the world while addressing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. During our needs assessment, we determined our partners, Combat Blindness International and Dr. Schroff's Charity Eye Hospital, needed help transitioning into a fully self-sustaining funding model.
CBI has been investing in projects to combat preventable blindness for over 37 years, but we're just starting to hit our stride in our ability to expand and fund more projects. Working with the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater Enactus has given us a sustainable business model that is strategic, insightful, and based on the principles of people, planet, and prosperity.
Last year, we proposed our innovative business model and received funds to help test and validate it. The idea pilot was launched over a 15-day period, and we were able to demonstrate that with the right combination of guidance, mobile technology, and training, young women could be empowered to become world-class vision screeners. The solution that we came up with enables young women from rural communities to go door to door to make eye examinations, sell eyeglasses, and make critical referrals for cataract surgeries, all while generating money for both themselves and the program as a whole. This is very different from what is traditionally done. Vision camps and temporary volunteers can help but represent short-term fixes to a much longer-term problem. But the fundamental DNA of our solution focuses on building these long-term relationships with these entire communities. The key to business model development is both testing and iteration. And this year, we took the lessons and feedback from our pilot program to scale our initiative, better our business model, and officially launch our IDEA initiative.
Since our launch in October, we have trained 25 screeners. They have completed more than 72,000 vision screenings in Saharapur. More than 6,400 individuals have been referred to vision centers, with 1,400 reporting. We've already completed 87 cataract surgeries and sold 543 spectacles. But it's worth noting that these are the numbers from yesterday. We've already closed in nearly to 74,000 even within the last 48 hours. Our team, with our real-time data processing, was able to demonstrate that the model is sustainable. Even the initial cost of training, transportation, and the mobile kit can be recouped by the screener within 6 months.
As of right now, each screener can screen between 750 to 1,000 individuals in these rural communities each month, translating to an income for each of our screeners of up to $106. This comes from each completed referral, each patient follow-up, and $2 for spectacle distribution that, again, is on-site in these rural communities. There are also new opportunities emerging, coming from the Ayushman Bharat Insurance Program, as well as channel partnering, such as Vitamin Angels. While these new opportunities emerge, there also comes challenges. In looking at our dashboard, we see challenges such as transportation, and that's our team's main focus as of right now. With transportation, we will increase our referral conversion rate while decreasing the vehicle emissions coming from individuals coming from the communities to our vision centers. They'll be transported in larger groups, and again, is safer in those public transport systems. Again, while these are really great opportunities, it's important to note that this is a business. We are creating a social enterprise, and as of today, our social enterprise will be launching in-country. This in-country social enterprise will collect revenue while managing data, managing our screener system, and ensuring that all rules and regulations within all the intricacies are followed at all steps through the process.
We have just heard from Reena from CBI that the program will be able to expand into other regions in India as well as Kenya. They are backing this with a commitment of $200,000, and we have also heard that the CBI board has voted and approved to provide transportation, the funding for the transportation, which is very exciting for us. But here are also a few of the personal stories. Sheetal's life has changed because her community sees her as being someone in the medical field. They have all started to look up to her. She's become a role model to other young women and to her younger brother as well. And her father told us that he is proud of her and will tell other parents to let their daughters work. In addition, the transformation seen in Hamida Ji and her family is noteworthy. Since her cataract surgery, she is able to see and is no longer dependent on her family for care. Instead, she is a caregiver for her granddaughter and is encouraging her to become an ADIA screener in the future. Other patients can become productive members of society by tailoring and creating shawls, which require reliable eyesight. Our team has begun working on a marketplace for their products.
A recent study conducted by our partner, Dr. Shroff's Charity Eye Hospital, revealed some astounding socioeconomic impacts for our workers. Asset ownership and purchasing power have increased. Marriage is shifting to a later age, and there's a higher desire to work after marriage. There are more negative attitudes towards alcohol and drugs, and a surprising finding, the impact is more pronounced outside of Delhi and rural communities.
Our team has coordinated over 90 meetings between young women, engineers, educators, and doctors from across the world. We have mapped and analyzed the current business processes and introduced innovative ways to generate revenue for our program. The innovative use of mobile technology has also allowed us to implement a real-time mobile reporting system to manage operations. We've also been able to introduce decision-making tools such as a balanced scorecard to help us make fundamentally sound, data-driven decisions. Due to the global pandemic, we were unable to work on site, so we coordinated across multiple time zones to manage data and improve our business model. And we are so excited to announce that we'll be visiting India in February of 2023.
ADIA is fundamentally changing how vision screening is done. Our model is relational, not transactional. By recruiting young women from within the community, we build trust and gain access to entire families, including women and children. Our team has re-engineered the referral and screening process. We introduced a new script to increase eyeglass sales. We even looked at the appointment setting and reminder process in order to increase conversions, and we can see from our dashboard that conversions have increased 6% over the last 2 months. With our initiatives, CBI, as I've mentioned, is expanding into new regions, and Dr. Schroff's Charity Eye Hospital is using our initiatives to decide on the locations of future vision centers.
For us, ADIA is so much more than the story of statistics. It's a story of love, persistence, innovation. For the 72,000 people, it has been the key to a life worth living, escaping the world of darkness they once knew. And with that, the key, ADIA. When our producer Shilpi said, "I'm not sure if we will meet again," Hamidiji hugged her and wisely said, "If there is love, we will." We are the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater Enactus. Thank you.
We will now begin the question and answer period.
Really great presentation and a terrific project. It seems to me that a lot of the success of this begins with the front line, your screeners, right? How do you go about identifying them, recruiting them? Tell us a little bit more about that process, because they're the key to success, at least beginning this, right? At least as I'm on the stage. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Of course, so I can start with this. Our initial screening process, or our initial recruiting process actually is taken from visiting the rural villages. And so obviously we hadn't been able to because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but through our meetings, we have begun to really meet with a lot of the management at Dr. Schroff's Charity Eye Hospital, set our limitations, set our expectations, and make sure that when they do recruit these women and men now from the rural communities, selecting from our proper age range so that they're young enough to, again, get a good education and get out in the field, get experience, and attain a sustainable wage, and make sure that they have the location. And so the location is very specific in which we choose, and so that we can send these women back into their villages, and so they have that lasting relationship. The individuals in their communities, in the houses, know their faces. They're able to break in and, again, make these relationships relational, not transactional.
You make an incredible point. The screeners are absolutely the key to our business model. So having been in meetings with them and hearing feedback for what they need to be successful, our mission is to empower them. So one of our biggest changes that we implemented this year is we had an initial 10-day training process, and they felt like that was too fast. So we've been able to implement a 30-day, a month-long process in which they're able to develop the skills and techniques necessary to really feel confident and empowered and hit the ground running when they go out into the community. So you hit the nail right on the head with that.
This is really wonderful and a great program. Question on the screening process. Given the popularity of telehealth in India, have you guys thought about ways to expand to reach more people in those early stages?
Yes, we have thought of that, and we currently are. And so Dr. Schroff's Charity Hospital, CBI, and our Enactus sustainable business model is now being used to essentially choose the regions in which we want to operate in. And so as we had completed our testing phase in last year, we had seen that we needed to expand. And so we operate in 3 regions. And we had really chosen those because of the varied demographics. And so we'll do that throughout India, but have now begun to expand into Nairobi, Kenya. And so as this business model is sustainable, as it can be applied to essentially any region in the world, all you have to do is find the rural communities, find the women, make sure that everyone is on the same page throughout the processes, and deploy them. vision screenings will be done. This process is sustainable. The training modules have been built. It's for us to then distribute, scale, and evolve for what has been done. Adya.
It is also worth noting that the old model involved paper screening. It was, literally a paper survey. And we introduced that mobile technology portion, which allowed for the real-time data collection, but also, again, kind of speaks to the increasing innovation and technology that is happening in telehealth.
I would add, this is a great presentation, and yes, the screeners are important, but I think a lot of the success is based on Dr. Shah's clinic, because if you screen people for disease and you tell them they have it or they're at risk for it, and they have no place to go and get it managed, it's almost frustrating on the other side. So as you expand the program, what are you thinking about with regards to where people will go for help? Is there some network there? Is there some places where they can go once they are screened and diagnosed?
Yeah, thank you for that question. We had actually looked into this, and so about a year ago, moving into the summer of 2021, we had collaborated with a school in India called a Universal Business School in Karjat. And what we had explored actually is venturing into other charity eye hospitals. Again, this model is fully sustainable and applicable to many charity eye hospitals as they exist all around the globe. And so it's finding those, ensuring that the same process can be applied to wherever we choose, given the need, given the demographic, and given a lot of the statistics that will be similar, because obviously there's $410 billion loss in productivity. It's a global problem. We can apply this. It is transferable, and again, it is a succinct structure as of now.
As you mentioned, that's a huge pain point. So being able to screen in communities where there are vision sensors close enough to not only identify the problems, but alleviate them is one of our key things when we identify the communities that we work with. So taking into account both diagnosis and that is.
Your question and answer period has expired. Thank you to the team from Wisconsin-Whitewater.
Thank you to the team from University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. This concludes the presentation for the World Cup qualifier finals.
All right. Well, I thought it was pretty moving.
Moving.
I see what you've done there. I see quick jokes.
All right, Wisconsin-Whitewater. You just presented for the last time at US Expo. How do you feel?
Emotional,
Yes.
but very fulfilled.
Exhilarated.
Such a journey.
Emotional in what way?
It's such a moving project. How can you not be moved by giving people their sight back? I mean, every time we talk about it, it's goosebump, it's heart, it's everything.
So you guys were in this position last year and won it. It was all virtual. It was a little different, but now here you are, and you'll find out, right? Are you nervous?
We told our story. We did what we came here to do. We'll continue to work and scale Adya regardless of the results. So yeah, cherry on top, but we're hitting the ground running. So
Now you're gonna go relax and listen to some music. There they are, Wisconsin-Whitewater. Great job, guys.
Thank you.